You are live. Let me see now. Let me look at my signal stream here. It's orange. It's not green like it usually is. To stop user encoder. Has it went live yet over there? Okay, all right, you've already got it. Okay, cool. All right, good. The comments work. Hey. It's a picture of me inside of 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 a picture of me. Okay, comment one more time, make sure. For some reason I'm not getting a good let me go to scene 1, see if I'm getting. Okay, hold on. I'm not getting a good stream signal yet. It's fine though. I'm getting all your comments, so it's cool. Okay, you can go, son. Thank you. Andrew's here. All right, Andrew. Thank you, Duncan. Whoa, Andrew. Fed the Realtor. Tony's here. Jeff Y. All right, good. Yeah, I don't know why. I had my son come in here and help me see if the comments weren't working. The last time I live streamed, I was doing earnings call on Square and nobody could comment. So I was just making sure. But yeah, it looks good. All right, we got a good turnout already. How's everybody doing? Tell me, how's everybody's stocks looking? Do you not want to talk about it? I don't want to talk about some of mine. Man. Everything is getting beat up. I cannot believe Apple is at $187. Andrew, I'm on my lunch break. I'm sitting in 100% cash. I don't trust the market. Hey, I don't believe you. I don't blame you at all, Andrew. I don't blame you at all. Josh Centers. Okay, good. I was worried my comments weren't going to be working, but looks like everything's good. Everybody's coming in. Real good, guys. Real good. Yeah, let's see. I got a couple things I want to pull up here. I'm going to get the comments on my phone. And we'll be ready to go. All right, good. So, let's see here. What are you up to, Josh? Talk to me, brother. What are you up to tonight? What do you got going on? Josh just had a new baby a couple of days ago. So, congratulations, Josh. Happy about the new little one. I hope everything's going well in the Centers household. Let me grab something here. All right, guys, so look, the S&P 500, and still even now where we are currently at, we are not quite at a 52-week low, but we are not rallying like we should be and like we anticipated we were going to. Now, the whole idea of this live chat and this video, guys, is just to raise awareness, okay? I'm not necessarily saying I'm right, I'm wrong. I just kind of want to raise the level of awareness. I've seen a lot of experts like Jim Cramer, Morgan Stanley, several big banks have come out today and mentioned that we are in a full-blown bear market, okay? The only real proof, I have noticed that big banking has pretty much maintained most of their gains. And I don't see big banking giving up a lot of their value on their stocks, but tech is getting murdered. Apple stock carries so much weight on the indexes. It is just dragging the S&P down every day. Apple is getting slammed with a lot of bad news or a lot of negative news. iPhone sales are slowing down, production for iPhone sales slowing down, and then it just kind of has a domino effect. Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook is in miserable shape right now. I mean, it was higher in 2016. I think it had higher price points in 2016 than it does now. So a year, almost 2 years later. And I don't know if I completely agree with them. I've kind of had the day to reflect on it and look at the charts, kind of go over some things and think about it some more. I don't know if I agree, but I want to be prepared and I want to raise awareness about it. You know, quarter three of 2018 was probably the worst round of earnings I have seen in so many years, like probably 8, 9, 10 years, especially out of the big tech companies. You know, it's common for one of them to have a miss or one of them to have lower guidance, but pretty much, you know, between Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, across the board, you know, we've seen lowered guidance, miss on revenue. You know, Microsoft's the only big tech company I'm aware of, like I said, that they had a beat across the board and they had, you know, good guidance going into next quarter four. But, you know, NVIDIA had a, you know, of course, that's the crypto boom getting corrected. But NVIDIA's big cut, AMD, all the big companies that have really pulled a lot of the weight for the S&P are getting slashed really hard right now. And I'm hoping to see this bounce back. I'm hoping to see a rebound, but we're just not getting it, you know. This all started back in October. We started dipping off. And like I said, we really hit this low here about the 29th of October. Looks like we were rebounding nicely going into midterms. Then we had the day after midterms and the stock market went up 500 points. And we have just given everything back. We've given everything back. And today was terrible. Today was just absolutely terrible. This is the S&P 500. Of course, the Dow and the NASDAQ probably got hit the worst today. I want to say the NASDAQ dropped 219 points. It was down 3%. Okay? So, when we get into situations like this, I don't necessarily want to panic. I just kind of want to raise awareness, guys. And a lot of these things is getting back more to the basics. You know, so I want everybody, and I did this myself today. I'm going to do this more later tonight. Look over all your investments, okay? If you are in some really, really high-risk stuff, if you're heavy in penny stocks, or you're heavy in really, really overly high-risk stocks, you know, right now might be the time to let some of those positions go, okay? If you're, you know, if you don't feel secure in some of that. Now, like I said, the MJ stocks, the marijuana stocks, they actually held their levels pretty good at it. I cannot believe Tilray, you know, the index has pulled back so far, and Tilray only lost a couple dollars per share today. So I was actually kind of impressed about that. But one thing I don't want anybody to do with your good stocks, you know, and I mean your mega cap stocks, your really, really good stocks, your Apple, Microsoft, Google, Netflix, Amazon, all these, you know, your FANGs, your big tech companies, guys, please do not sell those at a 30 to 40% loss. I know we're all probably sitting somewhere around there on some of our positions, you know, and I have almost an adverse problem to that. So like NVIDIA, I had well over a 120% gain, lifetime gain on NVIDIA, erased down to like 20%, you know, and so that's kind of hard to see. But, you know, a couple things to think about, like I said, is to really, really take time, look your portfolio over. Do not be taking big losses. If you can't afford to invest into this, you know, real shaky period, like I said, possibly a crash, correction, recession, whatever you want to call it. You know, if you don't have the kind of budgeting or income to invest through it, you know, I would probably just leave it alone for a little while. But don't, you know, don't sell your good stocks at a big loss. And I know most of the guys I talk to, you know, here on YouTube, most of the guys that comment on the videos, y'all are really, really sharp and, you know, do really, really well with that anyways. But I know there's also some newer people who might be getting scared, nervous, and uncomfortable right now. And I'd hate to see anybody take such a big loss. You know, we're probably just going to have to wait it out for a little while. couple other things to keep in mind, guys, is just getting back to the basics, kind of refocusing on the basics, the very, very basics. Your income, trying to have multiple income sources, boosting your income, trying to replenish your savings, boost your savings, try to keep as much money in cash as you can in case this does go on for a while. And that kind of goes without saying, but I'm guilty of this. I know a lot of other people who are guilty of this. They dump all their money into the stock market, and then something like this happens. They have no cash on the sidelines. I've been through this before. And you might be trying to figure out how to keep your lights on, or keep your rent paid, or keep your car payment paid. And meanwhile, you've taken a loss on all this money. So, my personal strategy is altering a little bit right now. Yes, I am going to be investing through this period, but I'm also going to be more focused on my income, more focused on my savings, and I'm probably going to invest a little less and look for key, points, in the indexes before, and especially in the stocks that I own, before I'm going to start beefing up my positions. And just a couple little things, so Morgan Stanley did come out and say that the buy the dip method isn't working for the first time in 16 years. I think that's a little presumptuous because, like I said, we could rebound. This market can turn around just as fast as it's getting erased. But, we do have to face this. We're going on our second consecutive month of being in a bear market, so we got to be aware of it. We got to be aware of what's going on. But Morgan Stanley has come out and declared it a bear market. So take that for what it's worth. Like I said, a lot of other big experts and professionals have done the same thing. So I'm going to come back to the comments and get some feedback and kind of see what's on everybody's mind right now. Terrible. So James C., I just bought more ACB to lower my share price in case I need to exit. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Josh says sleeping. Thanks. Grata. I've been trading gold stocks only and Tilray. Yeah, Andrew, like that blows my mind how Tilray, the market is getting slaughtered right now. And Tilray is kind of holding up. I was not impressed at all with their earnings report. Tilray is a tricky, tricky stock. I think the trade war is adding to the tech sector dropping. Wish it would get resolved before this turns worse. Yeah. Tech has been stagnant since Jobs died. The market is just now catching up. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that. There's probably some truth of that. Maybe I would say maybe the innovation in Apple, the true innovation in Apple, some of that has probably disappeared since Steve Jobs has died. But I don't think tech as a whole has been stagnant. When did Steve Jobs die? That was like 2012 or 2011, wasn't it? Hey, what do you think about UGAZ? I've been playing that leveraged inverse ETF. Yeah, so UGAZ, that is that's a natural gas ETF, right? And that thing has been flying off the charts. Let me get it pulled up. That thing has taken serious hits. I mean, serious moves every single day. I bet it ran up again today. I know Ricky Gutierrez was talking about it on his channel the other night too. And yeah, the natural gas ETF. So yeah, it ran up another 12% today. And then it looks like it fell off about 2.5% after hours. Okay. But yeah, that thing has ran massively over the past couple days. 5 days. It was up as high as $249 a share. Crashed back down to the 120s. And now it's running in the 170s again. Very volatile, but it looks like you could capture some gains on any big pullback. I've been through this with crypto and I'm still holding. Intel has been doing decent. Yeah, Intel hasn't been doing half bad. UGAZ. Now, I'll tell you what I did today, guys. I woke up real early this morning. I was looking at pre-market, and I was just watching the trends from the indexes. So I was watching, you know, I seen the Dow would pull back 50 points, then it would get close to getting green, and then it would pull back about 75 or 100 points, then it would, and so, you know, right there in pre-market, guys, I shorted the spider, SPY. I shorted it right there at the first part of pre-market, and I covered around 11 o'clock today. I started getting nervous, and I covered. But I want to say it lost close to 8%, 7 to 8% at one point today. I got about a 3.5% gain. I was happy with that, and I did not do any more trading. I added to my position in my M1 finance portfolio here for the channel, but just ugly day, man. And you know, I want to rebound. I hope this does not take long. I hope we snap right back out of this, but I want the level of awareness to be up in case this does last a while. Fed the Realtor says, I've been through this with crypto. Okay, yeah, still holding Intel, doing decent. Josh says, Jobs died in 2011. What big revolution has happened since? It's all been incremental. As far as Apple, yeah, I totally agree. You know, the real innovation, everything has been a spin-off of the iPhone on some level. You know, there's truth to that. I don't know how much more he would have done, you know, but he was a true visionary. Where, you know, Tim Cook, like I said, Tim Cook is like a good game manager, and, you know, he's good at running a business. He's great at running a business. But, you know, Jobs was the real visionary. And, you know, as far as Apple has gone, they've done incredible since he's passed. Apple has done great. And that's another thing too, guys. These companies, Apple is doing all the Apple they possibly can. You know, Amazon is doing all the Amazoning they possibly can. You know, same with Google and all these companies. And it's just we're seeing growth kind of slowing down a little bit, you know. It's slowing down, and like all these companies are missing earnings, or they're having lowered guidance. And, you know, I don't even necessarily want to hold like Apple or any company really liable for any of this. It's just, you know, we have grown and grown and grown and grown. We've gotten kind of to a point where, you know, the growth rates are just not keeping up with expectations anymore. And, you know, these stocks have run great for so long. I still think we can rally. You know, I still think we, you know, and I don't want to come out here and say we're definitely going to have a crash or we're definitely going to have a recession, because that is in no way, like I said, earlier in the day, I was feeling that way. I was talking to Josh, and I was like, man, we're going to have a crash. We're going to have a recession. Get ready. You know, you start getting canned food in your basement and, you know, storing ammo and, you know, I was feeling that way early in the day, but kind of as the day went on, I started snapping out of it, saying, you know, really, if you look at the charts, we can snap right back out of this, you know. And that's what I'm hoping we do. Square and ATVI are killing me. Yeah, so I made a trade on Activision Blizzard last week. I only got about 2% out of it. Square is really getting beat up. You know, the stocks. I noticed today, though, check it out, Tesla and NIO both took a good gain. That's interesting. Let me pull that up real quick. Okay, so Tesla only dropped 0.24% on the day, but it was green most of the day, and NIO was also green most all day. Yeah, NIO went up 9% today. NIO went up 9%, then it went up another 2 cents in after hours. So let's talk about that for a minute. I know there was several people in the comments on my community tab that mentioned, a couple people mentioned this. So what does everybody think? Is Tesla, I'm talking about the price per share now, NIO being $7 a share, Tesla being $350. Which one is the better investment, which one has more room to run? You know, obviously Tesla is the better product. It's a more polished product. You know, I think Elon Musk has got most of the drama behind him now. But go to the NIO website and check it out sometime, guys. They also make the fastest NIO makes the fastest electric car in the world. Go check that thing out. Go check out some of the stuff NIO has got going on. If they start turning into a very profitable company, I think NIO is the investment to make in that space, you know. But also Tesla too, you know. Not to discredit Tesla, but at $350 a share compared to $7 a share, I don't know. You know, if NIO goes to $15, it's 100% return. So Tesla would have to go to 700 to give you 100% return. So I don't know, something to think about. So Adobe and Salesforce down crazy, had a lot before earnings. I guess it's worth the hold. CRM and Adobe. Yeah, those are both really good companies. And don't feel bad, man. Everything is down right now. You know, look across the board. Everything is getting hit really hard right now. As long as we are in the bear market, I'll be trading TVIX, QID, UGAZ. Yeah. Yeah, there is money to be made on UGAZ. Absolutely. GE, why are you doing this to me? Man, I don't know what to say about GE. I don't know what to say about... You know, I've taken a small loss on them earlier in the year. You know, I've got my average price around $11, and when it hit like $9.80 in my Robinhood account, I just sold. I think I took about an $80 loss on GE. They are not getting it together. And then the pressure of the market is just making it that much worse. I don't think GE would be trading at $7 and $8 if it wasn't for how, you know, poorly the markets are performing right now. $7.84. That's terrible. This is one of the best companies ever put on the Dow Jones. It's trading at $7 a share. Have they been delisted yet? I think they're still on the Dow. That's crazy. That was $25 a share like a year and a half ago. So would you say bye-bye, average down and wait for a rally because it will happen? Start small positions and average down is one way, right? Or is it just that dumb? No, no, absolutely not. Yes, you know, if you can afford to invest, like I said, this might take a while. So, you know, is like I said, you know, if your income's good, I would, like I said, I would encourage you to start building your savings up in case we get hit really, really hard. You know, you're going to want to strike at those really low prices. And yes, absolutely, the market will bounce back. We will always get it. You know, no point in history have we ever went down and stayed down. You know, we're going to keep moving forward, you know, but we are in a very rough patch right now. Like I said, you know, we're working on our second consecutive month, really, of being in a bear market. But yeah, as long as you can afford to do it, you can keep your finances together, you can keep your bills paid, everything is good in your world, absolutely, keep trying to average them down. You know, I would, me personally, now I cut my position at NVIDIA in half. I'm going to wait a little bit before I average it down. Because unfortunately, I think NVIDIA's got a little bit more room to fall. It's like I mentioned in my stock analysis video the other night. It's going to take 2 more quarters to really work out all the... it's going to take 2 more quarters to really get all the crypto numbers out of the sales numbers. So that, you know, just... It's going to take a little patience. But... And with that said, NVIDIA is still a fantastic company. And I definitely, as far as going into the future with autonomous vehicles and, you know, cloud computing and artificial intelligence and robotics and everything that NVIDIA has a hand in, you're definitely going to want a part of that company, you know. That's another thing too, guys, I think might also be playing a small factor here. We're not as developed in artificial intelligence, I think, as the tech community would like for us to believe we are. Okay? Because these companies are not growing with artificial intelligence, on the levels that were anticipated to. So I think there's kind of like this mystique or this thought pattern like, hey, we were all supposed to start seeing artificial intelligence really take off by now, and a lot of robotics and things like that. And it's just not, Elon Musk, I know he's scared to death of AI because he kind of looks at it like there's no need for humans anymore, or there wouldn't be as much need for humans. The more of that stuff kind of starts taking place, the less need for humans there is. So it's kind of scary when you think about it. I like NEO. It was my only green stock. Yeah. I'm very, very interested in NEO. Now, I know they are still very overvalued, and they're not profitable yet. But the 3,000% revenue growth in one quarter, that was impressive. That put all the marijuana companies to shame. NEO, if you want to talk about quarterly revenue growth, NEO outperformed everybody and their mama. Even the big weed companies like Tilray and Canopy and Aurora could not hold a candle to NEO's quarterly revenue growth. So that's something to keep an eye on. If they have another quarter like that, they'll be profitable soon. Jeff Hansen. All right, Jeff. Yeah, hey, Jeff, I finally figured out Instagram messaging. It took me long enough. I finally figured it out, man. Thanks. You check out RGSE yet? Yes, I checked out your chart. Here, let me pull it up quick. So it looks like it's a penny stock, $43 million market cap. Yeah. What are you kind of thinking here, Jeff? Are you wanting to go? Are you thinking this is a good long term? I would actually kind of be nervous about investing in something like this right now while the market's so shaky. But, they're dipped down real low. Looks like they're approaching their 52-week lows or getting kind of close to it. It's bounced back from 30. I don't know. Me personally, I would kind of want to start exiting some of those real high-risk positions right now, just in case, we're in a bear market for 3 months, 6 months, something like that. We're not seeing any bullish signals right now. It looks like it's rebounding back though nicely, and it's a solar company, right? Real Good Solar. Let me look at it. Fundamentally. Woo, man! I don't know. Negative 240% profit margin. Negative 445% return on equity. They do have $8.59 million in cash and only $218,000 in debt. I like that. But negative on operating cash flow, negative on levered free cash flow. I don't know. 33% of the shareholders hold it short. So it looks like it's very heavily shorted. You probably couldn't even get shares short. Where did you buy into it, Jeff? What price did you get on it? CRM is reporting on the 27th worth buying a put option. Okay, let me take a look at that. Man, Salesforce is getting killed. So the 27th, that's too far out for me. That's really too... Yeah, you could probably buy a put here, or you could probably short it, however you want to play it. Because I don't think the worst is over yet. You could probably short this thing first thing in the morning if you wanted to. You can pretty much short anything you want right now. I don't know what I have to look at their earnings, kind of look at their earnings expectations. But I mean, as far as that, I'm glad you are do put options. And that's really where all the money is right now. Making money. The only way you're going to make money right now is by shorting or put options, Or you could get a second job or throw newspapers or mow the neighbor's yard or something. Okay. Aaron, all right, Aaron's here. Good evening. Hey, I haven't heard from you in a long time, Aaron. How are you? The bull needs a nap. The bull is taking a nap. What are you talking? The bull needs to wake up. The bull has been asleep for 2 months now. I would really be looking at PE ratios. Yes. Yes, PE ratios are very important right now. So that's a good point. The real fundamentally overvalued companies are getting hit really hard, like Square, okay, Netflix. Salesforce, it's pretty, let's see. Yeah, Salesforce has a really stinking high PE ratio. So yeah, like I said, the companies that are viewed as the most fundamentally overvalued, they are getting hit, like Square. Man, if Facebook is getting beat up so bad, and Apple, the Apple carries so much weight on the index. Every time it goes down a couple dollars, it just kills the S&P 500. Apple has got to reverse this trend and start getting back over 200, to get the S&P moving in the right direction again. And the other stocks will just kind of follow with it, So Jeff says going long on it. They just got contracts. So you got in at 37 cents. So you've got a gain right now, if you feel confident about that, by all means, continue to hold. But you could also walk away with a pretty nice gain right now, too. Do you have a bunch of money in it? So let's see here. What do you think about ACB? Aurora? I love Aurora. I think I like all the MJ companies. I love Aurora. Tilray is the one that kind of blows my mind. I can't figure Tilray out, So in my mind, I'm like, okay, the Dow's down 500 points. I bet Tilray's getting killed. It's only down a couple dollars. It is really, since earnings, like Tilray has really held its levels and kind of pushed forward pretty decently. So yeah, I like Aurora, Canopy, Cron, Tilray. That's why I play the MJ. The ETF MJ, because it houses all of those. Cron probably had the best earnings report of all of them, though, because Cron beat on revenue, I would say, in the biggest stretch. But yeah, Aurora is going to be around. Like I said, CGC, all the, Canopy did not have a good earnings report. They probably had the worst, and I was really disappointed with Canopy. But they will all be coming around. They will be becoming more profitable going into quarter 4. Hopefully, we're not in the middle of a recession during Q4 earnings. I hope not. Yeah, absolutely. Aurora is a great company. Aaron says, I'm good, thanks. Did you miss me? Well, of course I did. I ain't heard nothing from you in a while. My weed stocks are hurting, but they'll be back up. Yes. Yes, absolutely. This will rebound, and we will get ourselves worked out of this. I think really what it is right now, guys, is a matter of time. I don't know how long this is going to last. I just want everyone's level of awareness really to be up kind of high. Be on your feet, be on your toes. We could be taking big red days for a while and then, rebound. Like, it would be nice if we rebounded tomorrow, if we got some kind of bullish. One thing, too, at the end of the month when Trump goes and meets with China and they sit down and have their trade talk, if we get something positive out of that, like, for example, if they put the trade talk behind them and the tariffs come to an end, we could see the market really kind of springboard off of that and start going in the right direction. That's a thought. And, Apple, if something positive would come out about Apple, like I said, it's all negative. They even came out with an article today about production slowing for the iPhones. That's not good. That iPhone is Apple's bread and butter, Jeff Hansen, 150, not much. Okay, good. Good deal. So you're doing quite well in that position. Good job, Jeff. Good job. I might check it out on a dip. You know, if it dips down kind of low, I might check it out. I'm just kind of staying away from the penny stocks right now. I'm actually going to move into more of a safer strategy. So like the spider, you know, SPY and the triple Qs and some of the more safer mutual funds and ETFs, I will probably start trying to put some of my money into those, you know. I hope there's a recession Q1 2019. Right now I'm learning Forex. I'm trying to get capital load up on more stocks. Well, good. Good, good, good. Aaron says, don't count on Trump. I'm surprised how well MNGA has held. You know, I wanted to mention that, guys. If we start really getting in the mess and we start really getting hit hard, I would exit my position at MNGA. I would. Okay? That doesn't mean y'all have to. I'm just saying really, really highly speculative stocks. You know, they just had a big miss on earnings and had really bad guidance. So something like MNGA, they might not be able to survive a recession or a big crash. You know, a company that small, they could. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying it would be things like MNGA I would avoid right now till I knew we were back kind of in a bullish market. Would you day trade earnings? Stocks move up or down that day. Can that be used as a strategy to buy or short? I don't, no, I don't trade stocks on earnings. Now, I will do this. If a good stock I'm watching gets hit really hard, I might have a limit order set to buy. Okay, buy at a certain point. But we're in a whole different market right now. You know, even the companies that do report good earnings, they're getting killed too. You know, everything's going down. You know, but no, I don't short on earnings. I don't, because it's a coin flip. You know, if you get good earnings, you get good guidance, the stock's going up. If you get bad earnings, you get bad guidance, the stock is going down, and that's too unpredictable. So no, I don't, I always take my positions after earnings. I hear you. What's the floor on BTC? Yeah, Bitcoin, yeah. So the crypto coins are getting hit really hard too again. So cryptocurrency is not, I was thinking about taking a position in Litecoin the other day at $40, but man, I'm glad I talked myself out of that. I was about to make a video saying, hey, let's all take a position on Litecoin at $40, and I'm glad I just talked myself right out of that crap. DGASZ and UGASC. How do you play this one? One goes up, other goes down. Well, I'm not really I'm observing those stocks, but not currently playing them. Right now, what I'm doing is shorting, like I mentioned at the start of the chat, I'm shorting the indexes. So like I said, I'm shorting the spiders and the triple Qs, you know, and then I'll buy them back up too. But it's safer, it's easier to control, and less volatile. And they're very predictable with the movements. Like I said this morning when I got up in pre-market, I was just watching the early trends. So that's about 5:30 a.m. here. I was just watching, like I said, the S&P would come up half a point, jump back 5. Come up 10, back, and it was not getting green. And I was like, we're in for it all day again. I knew first thing this morning, I didn't do any technical analysis. I didn't look at any charts. I just knew it was going to be, we were going to get slaughtered all day again. Think about getting some HMMJ. How high do you think it could go? It's around 17 now. Let me take a look at it. HMMJ. Ooh, yeah, that's another really good one. But that's on the Canadian exchange. Okay, so I don't know if, let me see if they got a listing for the United States. Horizons marijuana. Okay, right here. Here it is on OTC. So I'm got it about, here in the United States it trades around $13, and in Canada it trades around $17. I think it's probably going to track very similarly to MJ. Tell you what, Aaron, let me do a little more research. Do you know what holdings they have? Do you know what companies they house? I'm sure it's probably real similar to MJ, right? Like Tilray, Cron, Canopy. What's the other one? Rich likes the T God and Planet 13. Some of those stocks might be in there. I lost hope in crypto. Crypto can come back, but it's not right now. It's not getting the love right now. How do you day trade? What catalyst do you look for? Well, it's all different. You have to be versatile. I might wake up thinking, oh, I'm going to buy. Next thing I know, I'm going to short. I'm the type of person, I don't really know what I'm going to do till I can fully analyze market movement. So like last week, I published a video about how I would trade Activision Blizzard. I'd set a limit order at 55, and I got it. It filled at 55, but I knew we were not going to get much of a bounce because the markets were pulling back so hard. So I just sold. I calculated 2% out on a calculator. I set my limit order and sold almost immediately. So I never really know what I'm going to do until I do it. Right now, I'm just trying to get really, really fast trades, especially on the short side. Like I said, I shorted the SPY this morning. Did not take long to get a gain. I'm not going to get greedy and hold out for 5, 10, 15%. I might just get 2 or 3% and trade it out and be done. Because next thing you know, you're moving back the other direction. You've lost your gain. Now you're red. Now you're now you're at a deficit. So you want to short it again. Now you're got twice the amount of leverage against a short, and you're using all that margin, which is never really a good idea. I like XRP Ripple. Do you? Let's see. No, the couple I'm really into is Litecoin. I like Ethereum, and I also like Link. Okay, but I know Ripple is doing really well. I know a lot of people that were into it last year during the crypto boom. Aaron says yes. All right, guys. Do we got anything else we need to discuss? We got anything else? I hope everyone's doing well. And standing strong, hold in there. This thing's gonna get better, And like I said, a lot of these, I have subscribed to a lot of financial and stock market channels here on YouTube, and I notice a lot of these guys disappear since the market's been bad. They don't, but I don't want to be that. I want to be, the type of creator. I'm gonna upload more, and I'm going to. We all need each other the most right now while the market's bad, while we're, kind of having trouble. We all need, when the market is bullish every day, it's easy. You can just point at a stock and make money. But when we're getting this real, difficult, volatile trading, we all need each other. We need a lot of communication. And, I think creators should be uploading more and kind of be there for their subscribers more when the market's difficult. But so that that's the kind of the purpose I want to serve. I want to be there for everybody, during the difficult times. What are your profit percentage goals on day trades? What about swing trades? It just depends. Just depends. Like I said, I don't on a long position. For example, if I take a position in Google. On a long position, I'm going to kind of judge that by my overall outlook of the stock. I don't necessarily set a percentage on day trades because I've learned to not get greedy. If I get 1 or 2%, sometimes I'm done. So I try to trade that downward momentum and upward momentum as well. So when I know we're bouncing good in the other direction, I'm going to take all my shorts off the table and wait till I see, some kind of movement, some kind of reversal, But I really don't set. If you want to answer to the question, aim for 1 or 2%. If you can start knocking out trades at 1 or 2%, then you can try for a little more. But just try to learn to master very short, quick, trades. 2%, you make $20 or $30 on it. Do that a couple times and it starts to add up. Just don't get greedy, because then you'll get burnt. You lose everything you worked for. TVIX is still having a few good day trades as well. Yeah, TVIX moving well. Link. Will next interest rate rise push market over the edge? It very well could. It very well could. That's also coming up. And if the Fed keeps moving, pushing interest rates up, I really wish they'd kind of stop with that, but Link to the moon, baby. Yeah, Link is doing outstanding. Link is really moving well. Doing a great job, Jeff. #1 YouTuber. Well, thank you, Andrew. And I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate all the support and, all the things that you helped me with. So you're very appreciated, Andrew. Back to the vein of the new tech. I'm hearing gallium is the future of computer chips. There are a few companies producing and have looked into it. Companies like ASX, ASXTI. I've got one of those on my watch list from Be a Better You. Had that on his channel the other day. Scary stuff. Going to average down my... Who's winning Kansas City and Rams, Tony? Going to average down my dividend stocks. Not buying any more growth stocks. I know Tony was worried about the football game. I want to see who's winning. Let me see. Oh, the Ram. It's tied. It's 23-23 now. It looks like it's tied. Now it's tied. I have made. Yeah. Okay. Look here. Right here. Andrew just nailed it. Right here. Andrew said, I've made more money trading by taking 1 to 2% profit. It adds up over time. I could not have said it better myself. Andrew, if you're going to day trade, set your goals very reasonable. 1 to 2% on a short, 1 to 2% on a buy. You can aim for 5, you can aim for 10%, just don't wait, because you'll lose it. If you can capture 2 to 3%, a fast trade, get in, get out, and not get greedy and consistently take gains, you'll win all day, as compared to like setting actual percentage goals. I'm not going to sell till I get 8%, 10%, because that's really, really hard to do. Even the best traders in the world, going to have a hard time consistently getting 8 to 10% gains, in a matter of moments or hours. Now it's tied. All right, guys, I'm going to log off and watch the fourth quarter of that game. What do we got? 12 minutes left? Third quarter. Cool. I'm going to go in here and tell my son to do his homework, and I'm going to turn that football game on. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. I appreciate it. Guys, hit me up if you need to talk about anything. Anything's on your mind, let me know, and let's just work through this mess together. And, we'll be back in a bull market before we know it. Thanks for coming, everyone.